we tried to return to the east coast of Vancouver Island, where Stan might find a job for the winter months. After 1 or 2 attempts, we decided to stay at Cayucit for the winter. Because I had not been very comfortable aboard in the fishing season, we started to search for a place to build a home ashore. Luckily, it was a fairly warm and dry year. I moved into the tent in April and remained until the end of August. The few days of southeast wind and rain were the worst in those 4.5 months. Even if the tent did not leak, damp seeped into everything. In June, something happened that made camping in the bush less pleasant. Norman Taylor, a 5-year-old native boy, was killed by a cougar at Cayucit. With the fishing season drawing to a close, we began to talk of what we should do that winter. Because as a conservation measure, there was to be no autumn seining on the west coast that year, Stan would not have a job as a fishery patrolman. We returned to Courtney. We returned to Cayucit on a sunny April day. On our way down from the northern end of the island, we had passed a group of trollers working in the glory hole between Cape Cook and Solander Isle. When Stan went fishing, I found that only having a small cabin and no children, I had little to do. So I spent the greater part of my time on the rocky outer beach of Walters Island, known to the local residents as the Outside Beach. Often I went alone in the mornings, read and sunbathed, and again in the afternoon with my Finnish neighbor and her 3 children, a dark sunburned little boy and 2 very blonde little girls. During the best part of the season, from June to August, there are days when the fishermen leave Cayucit before daylight. Stan has been careful not to get too tired since one afternoon when he fell asleep as he was returning home. Accidents caused by fishermen falling asleep are quite common. Many trollers have run aground when their owners failed to wake in time to change course. Most of the boats in the local Cayucit fleet day fish. Because they carry no ice in their holds for keeping their fish cool, they must return to Cayucit each evening to unload their fish on the buyer's scow. When fishermen are discussing trolling, there arises the possibility of further restrictions and limitations being imposed for conservation reasons. Statistics show that actual catches of fish are less than they were several years ago, and yet the fleet is increasing rapidly. Fishermen are always interested in conservation. When the forests of Vancouver Island were sprayed in 1957 with a DDT solution to exterminate the spruce budworm, commercial trollers were among the first to protest against the damage that was being done to the young salmon fry in the rivers and streams of the region. The Fisher Department investigated and agreed that the DDT and the oil combined with it were washing into the streams to kill fantastic numbers of young fish. The spraying has been stopped, at least until the Forestry Department can devise a spray that will be harmless to the fish. Usually bears keep their distance from humans. Some which have been fired upon are so wary they run awkwardly into the bush as soon as they hear a boat approaching. But not all of them run. Many are more than willing to star in home movies. Halibut fishermen need good catches to make their work profitable. The price of halibut varies, so it's difficult to quote prices, but one of the best might be around 14 cents a pound, while large red spring in the same year might fetch 40 cents a pound.